Yo, what's up, MLB fans out there around the world? How's it going? The one and only Mark Spencer is back here again, folks, for MLB trade rumors for July the 31st, 2016. This Sunday has been good. This week has been amazing in terms of trades, in terms of movement, in terms of teams struggling, and some teams doing very, very well. When it comes down to pitching, every team needs a closer. Every team needs a setup man. Two of the best closers, never mind setup man, in the game, Andrew Miller and, of course, Aroldis Chapman, were both moved by the New York Yankees for some hefty return. The Yankees acquired some really good prospects in each of the deals. In Chicago, they acquired, I think it was a shortstop prospect. It's one of the best shortstop prospects in baseball, according to Baseball America. And, with Chicago Cubs, we just watched Chapman pitch for the Cubs this past week when they were playing the White Sox. 102 miles an hour. That's insane. I mean, you have someone that could throw that hard. The Chicago, with their pitching, all they have to do is get it to at least the 8th inning, and it's lights out. Now, Rondon's a good pitcher. He doesn't throw as hard as Chapman. But, man, all they have to do is just get it to the 8th inning, and he'll take over. I mean, they're going to be tough. I don't think the Cubs are going to win the World Series this year, but they're going to really try to make a run at it. They're going to be tough. I think in the NL Division Series, they will be defeated by a team that you would say, man, it's like Steve Barton came back from the grave and did the same thing. Steve Barton's still alive. He's still doing good. But I think it's going to be the Miami Marlins. I really feel the moves that they've made recently, this past weekend, are pretty significant. When you're thinking about making a blockbuster move, they just make the average move. And they got some more pitching. And I think that's going to be key. And they got another bat. And I think they're not done yet. As we get closer to the trade deadline tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, it's going to be very interesting to see what these two teams do. And I think at the end of the day, you just want to make the best move possible. And I think if you're making any move in Major League Baseball, you make the right move. And I feel that we're getting some teams here. Now they want to win it all. They're going to go all out. And the Nationals went out and got a closer in Mark Milsolin. Here's a great left-handed closer who can pitch. Doesn't throw as hard as Papa Bond. Looks like Papa Bond might be setting him up, be the setup man for him. Papa Bond happy by this. I think Papa Bond's better of the closers, but Mark is a very good closer. He's been closing for the Pirates for the last few years, and they've been a tough team. They've been a good playoff team. They won almost 100 games last season. They won 99 games, so the Pittsburgh Pirates are kind of on the decline now. Now they're starting to sell off some of their players, but the Pittsburgh Pirates have had some good seasons, and Mark is going to really give this Nationals team a puncher's chance of making the playoffs and a puncher's chance of maybe winning the World Series. I don't think they're going to win anything this year. I think they're going to get knocked out probably in the division series. And don't be surprised if they get knocked out by the Giants. If it's the Giants or if it's the Dodgers. One of the two teams. They'll probably knock them out. It'll probably be a sweep. I really believe in Dusty Baker and his team, but I just think they're missing something. It could be a big bat. And if they don't get that big bat, I just don't think they have enough to make it happen and for the playoff run here. And Bryce Harper has struggled, and hopefully he gets it going. Hopefully Ryan Zimmerman gets it going. Hopefully Jason Worth starts to find his bat, his confidence again. They're going to need him. Max Scherzer has had a good year. Struck out 20 batters this year. An amazing feat. One of the greatest feats since 1998 with Kerry Wood. Joe Gonzalez needs to start pitching better. He has struggled this year. Strasburg is back. He's pitching awesome. Got the big $175 million contract extension. He's looking like the Strasburg they drafted. He's had some injury problems the last few years. He hasn't been the Steven Strasburg that we all want to see pitch. But let me tell you, he's looked pretty good. And I'm really proud of this guy. He's showing the fans what it's all about. And that's all you gotta ask for it. Just be the best you can be. And that's what Strasburg's doing for the Washington Nationals, giving them their best chance to win a World Series. The first time in team history. Washington team, going back to the Montreal Expo days, they came so close back in the day. 94 would have been their year. You think about that team, they were stacked, man. Marquise Grissom, so many talent. Larry Walker, Tim Wallach, John Wetland. They had so much talent. I was just watching a throwback talk about the old Expos, and maybe one day Expos might come back. The way the Tampa Bay Rays are going, I have a feeling they'll probably go to Montreal and become the Expos for a second time in history. And it would be good to see another team in Canada again. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. And I think Bell might be part of the ownership. I think Steinberg will still be involved. But we'll see. There's still Roy DeGore. I think some a billionaire in Quebec who wants to get the Quebec Nordiques might be part of the ownership team that brings Montreal back, the Expos back, and probably build an arena downtown to replace the Olympic Stadium. The Olympic Stadium probably will stay, but they'll probably build a new arena someday just to be able to house the Major League Baseball team. First they'll get the team, and then they'll probably build a real expensive arena right after. So, because I think they want to do Olympics again in Montreal, and even Toronto. I could see them doing a co-Olympics, the two cities, Toronto and Montreal, like for summer or something. So anything's possible. There is winter, but I could see Toronto and Montreal teaming up to do Olympics in the future. It just makes sense. The cost would be about the same. The infrastructure and everything. The two cities would do mega money, it'd be great. For the whole country, it'd be great. Just like the Winter Olympics in Vancouver and Calgary and Montreal, and back in the day it wasn't the best, but it would be great for Canada. It would be a lot of fun. I think coast to coast, we'd enjoy it. Two cities co-hosting the Summer Olympics. I think that's going to happen in the future. I think most cities might try doing that. I could see Chicago and New York doing one together. In China, they have like Beijing, right? So they do in Shanghai and some in Beijing. Japan, maybe Korea and Japan team up to do a Winter Olympics. That'd be really cool. Even though you have to fly to different locations to do it, just like they did with the World Cup years ago in 2002. So you might see more of those team up type events to host these big events. Like if they do it in Spain, Madrid, right? They do it in Spain, and they do it probably in Italy. So Italy and Spain co-host the Olympics. I could see that happen in the future to take the burden of the cost, because this is so expensive to run the Olympics, right? So it makes sense for these two countries to work together, and then they can split the cost going each way. So let's get back to MLB trade rumors, folks. So I got some rumors here, folks. Let's take a look. Alrighty. So it looks like the latest rumor has the Giants are pursuing the Rays' Matt Moore and making a strong push for Jay Bruce, according to Jeff Todd at 11:36. With several notable names already gone from the relief market, the Giants are making a late strong push to land outfielder Jay Bruce from the Reds, according to John Shea of the San Francisco Chronicle via his Twitter account. San Francisco has been very variously rumored to be in and out on Bruce in recent days, but it seems the club is seriously a contender for his services at this late stage. As with Moore and Bruce is reportedly to be in play, a number of other contenders, including the Dodgers. The power-hitting right fielder is controllable for 2017 by the way of a $13 million club option. So he'd represent an asset for next season, as well as the Giants are set to lose Angel Pagan to free agency. The Giants are pursuing the Rays lefty Matt Moore, according to Ken Rosenthal of Fox. It remains uncertain, he notes, whether San Francisco has the right prospects pieces to work out a deal for the controllable southpaw. It's long been unclear. The Giants are focusing at the trade deadline, making some moves to help their team out. That's not what it says, but they did acquire Eduardo Nunez this past weekend from the Minnesota Twins for a couple good prospects. And I think Nunez is going to help out San Francisco playing third base, maybe playing a little bit of shortstop. Give Brandon Crawford a little bit of a day off. So we'll see what happens. Through the focus has been yeah, I think when you look at Tampa Bay, they are in sell mode. I've been hearing rumors of late of Evan Longoria and Matt Moore and Jake Odorizzi that could be moved. We'll just have to see. I mean, who they moved. There's been some big talk of Chris Archer going to the Dodgers. Here's the latest rumor on Chris Archer. Adding to the intrigue, the Rays are also said to be negotiating on pitching with the Dodgers, who are currently neck and neck in their heated rivals race for the NL West. There are other contenders in the mix too, and the other pitchers